I need the truck to get the job done. And the F-150 Raptor,
They get a lot of jobs done.
it gets the job done. I don't want to say anything else, but that's
Man,
that's-
speaking of getting jobs done, transition. You been keeping up with the Kanye, the new stuff going
so he's
on?
beefing. Okay, so yeah, I was going to talk about that. I wasn't sure what level, but so Kanye is beefing with D.I. Hughley.
DL Hughley.
Hughley,
I didn't see that
excuse me.
part.
Yeah, so apparently Kanye had said some things, and so then DL replied on his show, was just like, okay, Kanye, if you got all these goons allegedly, then why don't they go to CVS to fill up your prescription meds? Because he's a comedian, so when it comes to the cracking the jokes, like he's gonna crack the jokes. Like I don't think that he's gonna take Kanye serious. And I believe they live in the same home, or like in the same, not in the same home, but like in the same area, like Calabasas or something like that. So, yeah. If you want to play this, I'll be quiet so we can listen it up. But,
No, I'm gonna let you. I was just pulling it up, so I have it ready.
Okay, so yeah, that was it. It was sent to my phone actually a little bit before I got here, so I listened to it. So, but apparently Kanye's been kind of like on an attack, kind of typical Kanye fashion, in a sense. Me and you have conversations about Kanye, and I'm like, I like Kanye, but I'll speak for my profession as a nurse. I can't diagnose, so I can only just say that I believe that he might possibly need to seek just some help in some different areas.
Based on what though?
Well, just because of the behavior. There's just you know what? Like me personally, I think that he's sick, and like I shared with you before, I think because of the music and because of the Kanye knows how to make money, he knows how to market, he knows how to do it all. On the music standpoint alone, he produces, he makes beats, he raps, he creates albums, he creates albums for others, content for others. Like he's a talent, but I think with that strength is his weakness, because people would not share the truth with him, and they'll use those tools to keep them relevant too, because it's like they don't want to tick him off neither.
You don't think he has any real friends?
I feel like I would say no, because like I can't speak on the business of music, but the business of music is always like business. Like it could become friends. There's friendships in there, but we also seen with the friendships, we see that the money gets involved, or the money gets a little silly. That friendship stuff is out the window. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I think like when Dave Chappelle went to him first, I think that was like the first side of showing, like, because David Chappelle didn't do it like to do publicity, or he wasn't asking for no money or content or anything like that. Chappelle probably honestly thought that something was up with him. I'm just checking on him. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes that's a forgotten art with us as people. We just forget to check on people. Like, you could be doing everything, and everything could be rocking and rolling. You could be fine and be going out of your mind at the same time. Who would know? People will look at your pocketbook and be like, well, he's making tons of money. Yeah, but he could be crying out for attention. There could be some other things going on. Like, who knows? Like, Kanye, I don't know. How many kids does he have? 3, 4?
4.
So 4 kids, and he's going through a divorce. That's traumatic. That's traumatic enough. Like, let's be honest.
No, I hear you, but I think people only talk about that mental health aspect of it, because they view the inside on it. Like, he told you he was diagnosed with bipolar. So now anything he does is like it automatically gets tagged as a Kanye mental break. And I don't.
Well, bipolarism is like bi meaning two, so it's two characteristics in the mind. So, and basically, like with bipolarism or being bipolar, you're hot and cold mostly. Like you can be one way and you can like transform into somebody else in a blink of an eye, and people will be like, "Wait."
That's what I'm saying. I think that's why people put that label on him, because he basically gave you his diagnosis. So now anytime Kanye been spazzing out.
Yeah.
Since we seen him in the public eye.
Yeah.
He spazzed out when he was on there with Mike Myers. Randomly said George Bush doesn't care about black people. He's been spazzing out his whole career. And then when he was like, "Oh, I'm bipolar, I've been diagnosed." Now every time he spazzes out, people say, "See, that's that mental health." But I don't necessarily see him being mentally unhealthy. Maybe a little like erratic, eccentric.
Well, most mental health like individuals, like I said, I'm not a doctor, so I don't want anybody to think I'm diagnosing anything mental health wise. You know what I mean? But when it comes to like mental health, they do have these things called triggers. So things could trigger it. It could be anything. That's the scariest part about it. And it's like if you don't know what these triggers are, it's like you could run right into them. Sometimes the people don't know what the triggers are.
I think what I'm asking is like, what specifically, what action has Kanye shown? Like, name a thing specifically where you say that's a mental health situation.
I think with his appearance of late, the boots and this like.
My God! You cannot go into his fashion and turn that into a mental health issue, bro. He owns a fashion company.
I get that, but there's like, who in their right mind wants to look not like you don't even have money, to look like you're homeless? Like that's because
rich people usually do.
No, rich people don't care about what they wear. They don't care about name brand stuff. Like they'll put on Fruit of Balloon, put on some 7 jeans, some Tommy Hilfiger flip flops, and they walk out the door. Versus a person that's labeling, you know what I mean, Michael Kors this, Fendi that, Gucci this, woo woo woo. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a difference. To me, it just looks like, like he doesn't give a damn on how he looks. Like almost like it's like if we see Kanye for a week, it's like it gives me the impression like, damn, did you sleep in this and get back up in this? Like the outfits look totally the same. Like I can't sit up here and say like, well maybe he has 50 of these shirts and these boots, maybe. But then when he gives you and plants another seed in your mind that he doesn't have a home, that he's just moving around.
Yeah, I think he said, well, I'm going off of what he said. He said he pretty much lives out of a backpack.
Yeah, so then that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if I see this guy for a week on TV with the same outfit on.
But Elon Musk lives out of a backpack. Elon Musk doesn't own an apartment, a property, a house.
Well, I don't even know who that is. But
he's the richest man in the world.
Okay.
Tesla, you know what Tesla's are.
But does he wear the repeated same clothes all the time?
Yeah.
So he wears the same get-up.
Black shirt, blue jeans, yeah.
I don't know what to say. That's why I said I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose anything.
But I think, now, if we go into that, I will be like, well, Elon Musk gave us the game, and he said he was diagnosed with autistic. So then you would use that to be like, that's why Elon Musk wears the same thing all the time.
No. Because see, artistic meaning that they take on visual images backwards. So like if they
that's
write
dyslexic.
Oh, so wait. So what is he?
Autistic. Autistic isn't like fully understood.
Okay, so artistic can mean that he talks, right?
Yeah.
Well, he can't be autistic.
What?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're good. We can skip over that.
I think there's different levels. I just know with the artistic that it's usually it's a communication barrier.
There are non-verbal autistic, but not all of them. They're all different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's why I didn't put my foot in my, to say that I'm not a doctor. I keep repeating myself because I don't want people to, Chris said, no. I am a nurse. Nurses follow the doctor orders. So, you have to talk to them. But,
oh no. I don't, maybe we should It just says relating to or affected by autism. A serious developmental disorder that impairs the ability to communicate and interact. Autism spectrum disorder impacts the nervous system. The range of severity of symptoms can vary widely. Common symptoms include difficulty with communication, excessive interest, repetitive behavior.
So I was mildly correct. It's a communication issue. That's why I asked you. I don't know this.
Yeah,
guy.
I think there's a spectrum, but I think a lot of those communication issues turn into social. They're socially awkward people.
Well, then that falls under something else. That's like midlife crisis and things like that.
Like what?
Like midlife crisis and all that.
No, I mean just in adulthood, not even midlife.
But okay.
They have problems communicating with people on a social level.
Well, because most highly intelligent individuals have that issue. You know what I mean? So I'm not highly intelligent, so I wouldn't know. But I've heard, that most people, like scientists and therapists, anything with that "is" on the end of it, you know what I mean? They have a hard time kind of communicating with the norm. It's the same type of thing that happens to where with veterans, and when they're out, doing their thing, most of their communications on the radio, and then it's like the radio translation and things like that, and then it's like once they're out of the service, back to civilization, it's like, wait, well, how do I communicate to these people? Like, because they've been communicating a certain type of way, saying yes sir, yes ma'am, everything is different, so I can see that with him then.
So Randy right there is asking, gave mental health seem that way.
I'm going to say yes. Okay, I feel like I can't speak for Kanye at all. What I think, he might feel mildly responsible because he was the finance in this situation where his mom was going into surgery, and I think she was getting a host of things done, like a tummy tuck, some implants, some, she was doing like a whole makeover type thing. And at that given time, that stuff is very expensive. Now it's relevant. But back then, we're talking about 10, 20, 50. I'm like, Kanye is worth lots of money, so he's not gonna go to a rinky-dink doctor that Rebecca and the block gonna go to. He's gonna go to the top guy. So, him being able to provide the finances for that, and that unfortunately happened, I think that he does probably feel responsible, and that's a huge blow. Like,
that could be true.
Because this is his mom. This is not like an auntie or like a Bessie. Like, this was his mom, and I think Kanye's mom was like kind of like a really big influence where she was able to still get to him directly. She could slice through that superstardom, and you're my son, I could still talk to you, and I could still push buttons and get you to operate a certain way. And parents could do that. You know what I mean? We're parents. I don't care if my son was president. I feel like I could walk in. I don't need to check. No ID. Nah, play. What you mean? Well, Mr. You can't park here. Mr. Barris, and I can park here, sir. My son the president. Matter of fact, You need to open this door and show me where he is. When he's in the press conference, I don't I don't care. I'm the daddy. Like, you know, I'm gonna go in there tripping. They're gonna be like, man.
I did want to talk about this. I think he posted this today.
Okay.
It says 3 hours ago.
Okay.
So him and Pete Davidson, all these people, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
We talked about this on another show, like their parenting. And so I guess they say the saga continues.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
and I got a sidebar to add to like this when this is over. Well, when that's over.
Let me know if you can stop.
I can't hear it though. Yeah, nothing. Okay, we're working on the kinks. So I'll give my sidebar now. So this is, and I'm not bashing Kim or Kanye on this, but this is the perfect example where you have couples. This is considered a power couple, right? Because of the money.
Yeah.
But as you can see, money don't fix everything. Money could create more misery than anything else. You know what I mean? So it's like with social media promoting these power couples to be a power couple. See, this is a perfect example of why it can work for some. It will be unsuccessful for most. You know, that's just my sidebar. I just want to add to that.
We see now factually that I was demanding to see my children and bring them to Sunday service with me because that's, one of the places they get to be. Why do I have to even give an explanation? But the fact that I was praying online in a public format to see my children lets you know how diminished I have been as a father that I can even get to that point. Because as I was leaving church and my kids wasn't there, I was like, why should I have to pray to see my children? Why? Because it's a narrative written about, I never wanted to even have to say richest black man of all time, but it's like we have to overcompensate in America for our position if we don't bow to the system that's been set for us, that's been set for all rappers and all ball players. We don't own our leagues. And they're gonna keep playing with me. But eventually, not everybody gonna keep playing like that. Kim chose for our kids to be watched by other people. She wasn't with the kids. Her boyfriend is texting me pictures of him naked in bed talking about, I'm with your wife. I thought she wasn't my wife, but we went through a year and a half of divorce. I finally got the lawyer to hit the divorce. And now, why you calling her my wife then? Unless you're trying to gaslight, you being used as a pawn, and Kim is also. It's bigger than any of y'all think, bro. The whole indoctrination at Sierra King is bigger than y'all think. Ungodly organizations. But God got this and God got me, baby. And as far as like, oh, he crazy. Yo, that shit is just like, it's weak. It's just it's like trying to match the shoes to the jacket. It's like too obvious, bro. Obviously, there's brilliance through that. And obviously, it'd be some baby mama stuff. On one end, it's like, I'm stalking this woman. If I pop out at a game Then all of a sudden, Kim not texting me back. This baby mama 101. But I'm not having it. It's up.
I mean, that's like the basic of it. I hope that was clear. To people. Audio.
Okay, yeah, my mic was muted. Okay, just some quick things that just flew through my mind just listening to that. Okay. How do I say this without being too disrespectful? Dr. Dre told us in 2001, you can't make a whole housewife. That's first and foremost, okay?
Okay, I'll follow you there.
First and foremost, I can't sympathize with that because you knew. I'm not trying to call her a hoe, but she had some tendencies. She had some question marks, questionable decisions that she's made in her lifetime. And yes, you wifed her. That's cool. And you had some children. That's cool. Now things are not going as planned. And now you see the true person. That's why I always say, like, one of my philosophies I always tell people or my friends, I'll be like, you don't know a person till you know them. Like, how do you really, really know a person? There's like a few ways how you can. Like, if they're drunk and they're belligerent, you know them then. If they're irately angry at something, you know them then. Or when they're at their lowest point. When you're at your lowest point, you know who you got around you. So, I sympathize with Kanye, but I can't because Dr. Dre had already said it. Now, this is what I'm not a therapist.
You can still sympathize with him, even
absolutely.
though.
My thing. This is one of the realest things that I think I've seen on social media this week, where it said, "Stop trying to tell your side of the story, and history will." So, if Kanye ever stumbled on this, and like I said, I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I'm just trying to use mild common sense. So I'm mildly in the same boat, not as severe as his, but in the same boat. So what you have to do with your children is that you never give up on them, ever. So what I mean is that you send them letters, you send them emails, you call them every day. Every single day, you keep the communication open, even if they don't communicate back with you. Because eventually, the stronghold that the mothers want to have on these kids are going to be adults one day. These kids, like I told my baby mama a couple of months ago or about a year ago, our kids are going to know us in real life. I'm not afraid. They're going to find out who's a BSer. They're going to find out who was lying. They're going to find out who's reliable.
I feel like that's wishful thinking. Not saying that you're lying. Wishful thinking. Or not saying that what you're saying is like. Or not saying that not true, but you can't predict.
No, you can't. No, you. But that's the thing. That's the wonderful thing about it, because you don't know when it could happen,
or if it will.
That's true too. You could be on your deathbed and your kid could be like, "Man, Dad, you know what? Man, I love you because I understood. Now I understand what you were saying."
Or they might be like, "I hate you for the way that things happen with you and my."
It's a two-sided sword. Which one's going to cut you more?
I think Kanye is saying something big. And the fact that he's a billionaire.
And the fact that he's a billionaire.
Like, I guess gives it even more kind of freedom.
I guess
these are things that kind of normal dudes.
These are things that
like dudes like me and you. Dudes who are just average people.
Like me and you.
Money doesn't solve everything.
Hey, but look, it's the same. Like,
hey, but look,
if me or you get divorced,
if me or you
break up with our baby's mom, and we move next mom, are we showing up?
We move next door. Are we showing up?
The same kind of process happens.
Kids.
He's
the
crazy.
same kind of process.
Police gets called.
He's crazy.
Restraining order. You got to stay away 2 feet. Like the same thing.
Yeah.
The first thing that happened when you were talking about Kanye in this situation, you were like, I think this is So
you
even
were
in
like,
a way,
his mental health
are
is off.
on
So
one
even
side
in a way,
participating
are on one side participating
Mhm.
that fathers actively trying to be in their
that
kids'
fathers
lives.
actively trying to be
Something
in
off.
their kids' lives.
And then, like,
It's
after
something
you,
off.
I think you listened
And
to
then,
him,
like,
and then you
after
came
you-
and
I
you
think
started
you
saying
listened
stuff
to
that
him,
he
and then
said.
you came and you
You were
started
like,
saying
text
stuff
them
that
every
he
day,
said.
even if they don't hear
You were
from
like,
you.
text them
Let's
every
call
day,
them every
even if
day,
they don't
even
hear
if they
from
don't
you. Let's
respond
call them
back.
every day,
So
even
if
they
that
don't
was you,
respond back.
and
if
your
that
kids,
was
mom,
you,
like he called every day, he
and-
text
and
every
your
day,
kids'
we
mom
ignore
was
him, we
like,
got him
call
blocked.
every day, he
You're the
text
crazy
every day,
person.
we ignore
The
him.
guy
Well,
is
see,
in a
now,
situation.
here's the double side to this. Because maybe these women are acting this way because the dad is displaying something different that he didn't display when they were together. Like, just because they're
You
in
making
that,
excuses
no,
for him.
it's not an excuse.
You making
I'm just saying,
excuses for
like,
him.
like we look at it from the outside in. They're married. We assume everything is good. We assume that he's that dad that's tucking his kids into bed every
I
night.
just assume that they're married.
Well, yeah, but I'm
I don't
just
have to assume anything, but they're married.
Well, no, I'm
You
just
know
saying,
that.
but I'm talking about I'm talking about like motherhood, fatherhood, like stuff. You know what I mean? So it's like if they break up and now all of a sudden you want to talk to your kids every day, she might feel a certain kind of way because she probably like, bro, you didn't do that when we was together. The kids was with me, you were doing your thing. Like, why all of a sudden you want to talk to them now? Like you're acting brand new now. You know, maybe I'm just throwing a lot of angles out there. You know, because I don't like, even for me, I don't talk to my kids every single day. It bothers me, you know what I mean? But it's like by me doing that, I'm able to cope better with it now because I can give Ty that same ammunition. Call her every single day. I want to see my kids every day, every second, this and that. You know what I mean? And then what? She could be like, her rebuttal could be, well, hey, he don't talk to them like that all the time. Like, what you mean? Like, why he doing this? Why he doing that? Maybe is this case. I don't know. But the problem is, and the thing is that women think with emotions. They are more emotional than us. Men are very emotional. We're very, very emotional too. But we don't lead with emotions. A woman put that emotion, she put that on a horse, and she sits in the back seat of that carriage and rides with that, and them emotions take her wherever it's gonna take her. Men, Kanye is hurt. I can clearly see that. That's his emotions is bothering him. And Kim is like, well, I'm gonna hit him where it hurts, cause she's mad.
So let's get to that part too. Let's dig into that. Yo, this is for DJ Academic. I don't know if these are real, but apparently
I don't know if these
Some-
are real, but apparently
from what I heard, one of Pete Davis's friends.
what I heard, one of Pete Davis's friends
out
sent these
Okay.
texts out.
So we'll take them as like alleged.
So we'll take them. as,
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, these things are happening.
So
Oh wait, all right, cool. So, let me pull this window up.
all right, so here's the first text. These are
So here's the
allegedly
first
text.
These are allegedly
Pete Davis.
texts between
Kardashian's new boyfriend,
Pete Davidson,
Kanye West.
Kardashian's new boyfriend, and Kanye West.
Kim's husband, or ex-husband, depending on which
Kim's
paperwork.
husband or ex-husband, depending on.
So
what
he's
paperwork.
text Kanye. He says, "Yo, it's Skete."
So he's text Kanye.
Which I
and
think is
says,
funny.
Yo, it's Skete.
Because Kanye called him Skete
Which I think
Davidson,
is
so he's
funny.
sending the.
Because Kanye called him Skete Davidson, so he's sending.
Can you please take a second and calm down? It's
Can you
8
please
a.m.
take a
and it don't
second and
gotta be
calm
like
down?
this.
It's 8 a.m.
Kim is literally
It
the
don't
best
gotta be like this.
mother
Kim is
I've ever
literally
met.
The best
What she
mother
does
I've
for the
ever
kids
met.
is amazing.
What she
And
does
you
for the kids
are
is
so
amazing.
fucking lucky
And
that
you
she
are so
your
fucking
kid's mom.
lucky
I've
that
decided
she's
I'm not
your
gonna
kid's
let you
mom.
treat us this way
I've
anymore,
decided
and
I'm
I'm
not
done
gonna
being
let you
quiet.
treat us this
Grow
way
the fuck
anymore,
up.
And I'm done being
So
quiet.
Kanye's like,
Grow the fuck
allegedly,
up.
oh, you using
Kanye's like,
profanity.
allegedly.
Where are you
Oh,
at right
using
now?
profanity.
His response in
Where
bed with
you
your
at
wife.
right now? His response in bed
Now
with your
listen.
wife. Now listen.
So he sends this text.
So he sends this text.
And so Kanye is like happy to see you out at the
So
hospital with
Kanye's
rehab.
like happy to see you out
Same,
at the hospital with
the
rehab.
same here. It's
Same,
wonders
he
with those
says
places
same
too.
here.
Go get help.
Wonders what those
Try it.
places do.
I'm in LA for
Get help.
today.
You should
If you
try
want to
it.
stop.
I'm in LA.
being a little internet
You
bitch
wanna
boy.
stop?
Stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk.
Stop being a little internet bitch boy and talk.
You don't scare me, bro. You're actually so pussy
You
and
don't scare me,
embarrassing.
bro.
It's
You're
so sad
actually
to watch
so
you
pussy
ruin
and
your legacy
embarrassing.
on
It's
the
so
daily.
sad to watch you ruin your
Kanye
legacy
says you're
on
more
the
than
daily.
welcome to come to Sunday
And
service.
Kanye says you're more than welcome to come to
All right,
Sunday
so
service.
they propose
they-
PlayStation.
they-
He wants to
They
meet
propose
at
PlayStation,
BHA, whatever that
he
is.
wants to meet at BHA,
Privately in a
whatever
room,
that is.
man.
And
then
privately in a room,
Kanye,
man.
man, you wanna see-
And then
Come
Kanye's like, if you want to see me, come to Sunday service. And then,
Now look. I feel like stuff like that could get you.
I feel like stuff like that could get you.
Don't let me have $1 billion.
Don't let me have $1 billion.
I'm like, where you at?
And
I don't care what
I'm like,
the
where
situation
you at?
is. You send me a
I
picture.
don't care what the situation
In bed
is,
with
and you send me a picture
I'm like,
in bed.
You can do a lot with $1 billion. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
all I would say honestly in this regard, I would just Kanye was kind of like dismissive because I would just be
He kept
like,
this cool.
I would just be like, bro, there's nothing to talk
kept
about
this cool.
if you don't, unless you harm my children. Then we don't talk about anything. You know, that's basically what I would have told him. Say, hey, you know what, dude? I'd have told him straight up, like, you know me, I'd have hit him with some real slick stuff. I'd have just been like, oh, okay, you in the bed with her? Cool, how do I taste? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'd have went there with him. Like, I would piss you off. Like, you know, you coming to me, like, oh, okay, you coming to the smoke? Cool, you better have a mask.
Now, I think
You know-
Kanye, I think he handled it the way you
I
should.
think Kanye, I think he
But
handled
it-
person
the
to
way you
person.
should.
I just feel like, too,
Person
like,
to
it's just,
person.
it's just real, it's really pathetic. And see, this really shows me a lot on her behalf. Because women don't tolerate silliness. You know what I mean? Like women, like real women don't want like exes interfering with the future. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or her future or anything like that. Like, she's gonna reach out to both of these fools. Like, she's gonna basically, the new boyfriend, she's gonna be like, hey, shut up. Don't say nothing. Like, I got this. I don't need you saying nothing. And then she's gonna come up to me, okay, Chris, like, look, so what? Would you want me still or what? Like, she's gonna throw some reverse psychology at me. Make me be like, hell no, I don't want you. What the hell you talking about? Well, why you hit me up? Why you woo 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 da 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 da, right? You know what I mean? She might use some trickery on me and it might work. She might use some karate on me and then I might get hit. Sensei can fall, you know, I'll get up, but you know, like women don't tolerate noise.
Echo.
Sorry if you're getting the echo. But yeah, like this really just shows a lot on her character. Like I said, I have my own thoughts when it comes to them because it's not just Kim, it's a lot of them. And I just don't understand, like, why people just deal with them. I don't know. They're beautiful, but I'm like, in the movie Batman, you know, Poison Ivy was beautiful. You know, you kiss her, you being poisoned. Like, so why get poisoned like everybody else? You know what I'm saying? You see the work being done. You see the corpses around her. Like, this girl is death. And you think that you can escape? You think that you're that smart that you gonna figure it out? I be thinking the same way, but then, you know, some things is like, nah, I'm cool.